What is a mobile reader? Is it a nice to have? Is it a must have? We're going to dive into what they are, how enterprises are using them, and whether they're a fit for your organization. So this is the brand new CCURE Go Reader. We've been getting a lot of requests for this reader. To give you a size comparison, here it is next to my iPhone. If you look at the front of it, you've got a nice big bright display on it. It's a really sunny day today, and I just took this outside, and even in direct sunlight, you can read the display really clearly. It's got a built-in read head up here at the top, so if I take my credential, I can either present it at the front of it or at the back, and I'll see Marco Medano admitted. If you turn it to the side, it's really slim, the profile. If I look at the back, I've got a built-in barcode reader in here as well. And then if I look down here at the bottom, the battery pack is actually removable. So if you want to pop this out and put a fresh one in, you can do that. This is an extension of your CCURE system. Think of it like an iSTAR reader that you can take anywhere. It reads your existing credentials, and as long as you're within range of Wi-Fi or cellular, and this new unit supports cellular for North America, you're always online with your CCURE system. The Go Reader is going to allow you to be super organized during muster events, and the display is going to give your security staff visibility over who is left in each area and who has been marked safe and accounted for. Also, because this can connect over Wi-Fi or cellular, the Go Reader is going to be constantly in sync with your CCURE system, meaning it's in sync with all the other Go Readers on the system, as well as any other muster points. All right, so I'm going to simulate a muster. I'm going to take the display from my Go Reader and I'm going to cast it so that you can see what I'm looking at. And I'm also going to take CCURE and put it on the screen as well so that you can see how quickly everything synchronizes. So a fire is broken out, people are evacuating their areas and heading toward their muster points. I'm standing there. The first person that shows up is going to be Marco Medano. So I'm going to take Marco's credential and I'm going to present it at the Go Reader. And you see Marco pops up there. We're going to see missing people count goes from 3 to 2, and you'll see that it's synchronized with the CCURE immediately. The next person who shows up is going to be Trisha Patterson, so I'm going to present her card as well. And you can see, again, immediately we go from missing people from 2 to 1, synchronized with the CCURE again in real time. And then the last person that shows up is going to be Destiny Rodriguez, but Destiny forgot her card at her desk because of the chaos. So there's a little search for people button up here at the top, and I'm actually going to go in there and I'm going to search for Destiny. And I can see that Destiny Rodriguez pops up. I'm going to click on her, muster Destiny. I'm going to click yes. Perfect. She has successfully been mustered. And if I go back and look at my list, we no longer have anybody missing from the area, and it's synchronized with CCURE. There are 5 things I love about using this reader as a muster reader. Number 1, the fact that it's got Wi-Fi and cellular built in means that your team is always online, always coordinating with real-time information. Number 2, inevitably, people are going to forget their cards during a muster event. And the fact that you can do a manual lookup and manually muster people in is huge. Number 3, the fact that our guards actually photo verify people as they're mustering in, make sure our counts are accurate. Number 4, area assessment. I can actually go in and I can see all of my areas, who's left in, and if I click on those areas, it'll actually show me who they are and what they look like. And 5, reports. If I've got a lab and there's 3 people showing as unaccounted for and still being in there, I can click the email icon, I can generate a PDF report, send it to the people within that department, and then they might be able to let me know if they've seen or heard from those people. Another mode that's really popular on the CCURE Go Reader is checkpoint. So let's say that I've rented out a conference room at a hotel. I want to manage attendees, so as people arrive, I want to check them in, and when they leave, I want to be able to check them out. And I want an audit of that in CCURE. I'm going to put the Go Reader display up on the screen, and I'm going to go into checkpoint mode. You can see at the top there's a green arrow, which means it's ready to start checking people in. So it's the first thing in the morning, attendees are starting to arrive. The first person to show up is going to be Trisha Patterson, so I'm going to present her credential. You can see now that the check-in count goes from nothing to 1. The next person is going to be Marco Medano, and then the third person that shows up is going to be Destiny Rodriguez. So present her credential, and you can see now I've got 3 people that have checked into my seminar. Now at this point, there's a little down arrow at the top of the display, and if I click on that, it allows me to generate a PDF report of everybody who's checked in. So if I have other managers that are co-hosting this event with, I can send them an email with a list of all the people who have checked in. So our seminar has just come to an end. People are starting to get ready to go home. I'm going to go into the Go Reader and I'm going to click on that green arrow up at the top, and it turns red and it lets me know we're ready to start checking people out. So the first person that shows up to be checked out is going to be Trisha Patterson again. We're going to present her credential. You can see now we've got Destiny Rodriguez and we've got Marco left. So we're gonna take the next person, which is gonna be Marco, and we're gonna present Marco's credential. So Marco is now left. Now, there's no sign of Destiny. We don't know where she is. So what's great about this is I'm not leaving until that last person's out. And then finally she's gonna show up. We're gonna take her card, we're gonna present it, and our area is clear. Everybody's checked out and gone home for the day. Busing is a great application for this. Not just from an attendance standpoint, but just making sure you're not leaving anybody behind. I think if you were to take a team to an away game, it would be great to be able to make sure you're returning with all the athletes and staff that you left with. Also, if you're using this for busing, the CCURE Go Reader will actually tag every card swipe with its GIS location. It's similar to the way your phone will tag the location of every photo you take. So if you go into CCURE afterwards, you're gonna be able to see not just when people checked in, but you're gonna be able to see where they checked in. So if you have a bus that's making multiple stops, you'll be able to see when and where they got on and off the bus. Another thing we can do with CCURE Go Reader is have it take on the role of a physically connected iSTAR reader. Let's say a reader's out of service. Why might a reader be out of service? Maybe you're having work done to the door. Maybe it's because it's down in a warehouse and a lift backed into it and damaged it. Could also be because it's out at a gate and a car came into contact with it, or maybe you just had somebody vandalize it. They came and smashed it off the wall. In any of these scenarios, you can have a guard head out to that door with a Go Reader and provide an alternative way to badge people through that door so that you're not interrupting the flow of employees or visitors. Normally when Marco Medano comes in the morning, he takes his card, he presents it at the front door reader. You can hear it click. You can see the green LED at the top of the reader tells us we've been granted access. And then this toggle here is gonna simulate Marco opening the door, walking through, and closing it behind him. But this morning is different. When Marco shows up, this reader has been vandalized, so it's unavailable to use. And instead, we're gonna have a guard standing at the door with a CCURE Go Reader. I'll put the screen up. And when Marco shows up, he's gonna present his credential here instead. And you can hear just as quickly, you heard the lock fire. You see the LED on the reader flash green to let us know we've got access granted. Marco's gonna walk through the door and start his day. Everything is going to show up in the journal in CCURE. So it's literally identical to having Marco present his card here. What's great about this is there has been zero interruption to Marco arriving on site, starting his day, and getting whatever he needs to get done. So Marco usually badges in on this reader when he comes in the morning, but he also badges out on this exit reader when he leaves. And the CCURE Go Reader, if you click on the drop down at the top of the screen, I can select the out reader. And now when Marco leaves, if this reader is unavailable, I can actually get Marco to present his card here. You can hear instantly the lock fires. You can see that this turns green. Marco gets to walk through the door, and Marco's done. He gets to head home for the day. CCURE Go Reader has a mode called Go Reader, and it has a few different applications, from remote or random security checks to verifying people at gates. The first mode that I'm going to show you is how we use this for random or roaming security checks, where we're not necessarily granting or denying people access. We're just making sure that people in an area belong there. So I've got a construction site where I have a lot of different contractors coming and going, so I have my guards walk through and make sure that the people in each area belong there. So my guard's doing a tour, they see somebody that they don't recognize, and they're gonna ask them to present their credential at the Go Reader. So they present their card, and it pops up and it says, it's Destiny Rodriguez. I see a picture of Destiny, so I can do a visual verification, and I can see that she's admitted, so I know she belongs there. I decided to have the reader show the company the person works for as well as their license plate number, but this is completely up to you. You can put 3 pieces of information that you want to display anytime that your guards authenticate somebody. Another twist on this and really common application is remote gates. So I'm a guard sitting out at a gate and I see a car come up. It's Marco Medano. I'm gonna ask him to present his card at the reader, and he presents his card. We see admitted, Marco Medano. I see a picture of him, and I see his license plate number so I can make sure he's driving the car that was assigned to him. 24 hours have gone by, it's the next morning. Marco comes to site again, he presents his card, and we get rejected random screening reject. So this time we're not gonna let Marco in, we're gonna take Marco's car off to the side of the road, we're gonna do an inspection on Marco's car before we allow him on site. Thank you for watching this video, I hope you found it informative. If you have any additional questions, please visit us at swhouse.com and click contact us in the corner. Thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.